Hello, my name is Heather Camper, and I'm a licensed social worker here in Colorado. I'm our program manager for MindSource Brain Injury Network. MindSource is the lead state agency on brain injuries in Colorado. We operate under the Colorado Department of Human Services, and we coordinate the statewide system of care. The tool I'm going to show you today was created by our Advisory Council on Brain Injuries. Our Advisory Council is amazing, and half of them have lived experience with brain injuries. And so we really talked through as a council, what do we want this to be? Our first step was to wanted to look at what was already created and what resources have already been done in the sense of creating a brain injury guide on employment. No surprise to anyone, there's a lot of that's being done across the states. So we found so many good articles and resources and videos, many of them from you all watching this webinar. And rather than reinvent the wheel, we decided to capture a lot of the great work that's already been done and put it into essentially a Google form and PDFs as well, and compile that all together. On top of adding, of course, a lot of Colorado-specific information. So when we wrote the guide, we were really intentional about several things. First, it needed to be warm and welcoming. We want brain injury survivors that access this tool to know they're in the right place. We wanted to be in plain language and really easily understood as best we can, and breaking down the jargon that we often face. And we wanted it to be at about a 6th or 7th grade reading level. So you'll notice that as I show you the tool as well. And with that, I'm excited to dive in and show you a quick demo of what we're calling the Survivor's Guide to Employment. This is the Survivor's Guide to Employment. As mentioned, it's built into Google Forms with built-in skip patterns. You can find all of our materials for the Survivor's Guide to Employment on our website at www.mindsourcecolorado.org under resources. So first, the form starts off with a couple introductory screens where we talk more about the guide itself, its purpose. We share how it's private and confidential. We don't collect emails through this form. Wanted to make that clear. A little bit of background information on brain injury and employment, the purpose again. And then we have this prompt if someone needs extra help. Even with the built-in skip patterns, we knew that it might be a bit too much to scroll through and navigate the screens. So we wanted to make sure people, if they got stuck right here and needed to end, that at least they would walk away with a couple resources like the Division of Vocational Rehabilitation and Brain Injury Association of Colorado. Throughout on the Google form itself, you'll see some videos, hoping that people find that helpful without having to click into a link or get to YouTube itself. You can watch videos right here in Google Forms. I'll click next and you'll see where we really get to the heart of this tool, our Let's Get Started page. So we have things grouped in topics. These topics were decided on by our council and we are planning to add to it, but for right now, the topics are you can work after a brain injury, finding the right job, help at your current job or accommodations, employee rights and discrimination, public benefits and employment, self-employment, what to share with supervisors and coworkers. We have a section on volunteering, and then general resources. Let's go ahead and click on one of these and I'll show you the tool. Let's go ahead and try finding the right job. So I'm going to click on that, scroll down, and click on next. Here you'll see the finding the right job information. So a little introduction about what this information is. We have on every page the prompt of a couple ways to save this. Since we aren't collecting email addresses, it can't be emailed directly after, but instead you can copy and paste the information, click directly on the links and pop up some new tabs, or we have individual PDF sheets on every topic. I'll show you that in just a second. But here's an example of really specific Colorado resources. When someone is looking for employment, we list the workforce centers, which are statewide, Division of Vocational Rehabilitation, of course. Colorado has a Disability Navigator program, and I'll click on that one just to show that if you click the link, it's going to head you to that website in this case to learn more about that program. I also included some information on Ticket to Work, which is a great program, but it is a little bit complicated. So not only do I have the Ticket to Work website, I also link directly to the Ticket to Work videos created by Social Security Administration, knowing that for some people, reading large amounts of text might be challenging. Some video explainers on what that service or program is would be helpful. And then here I also list the Centers for Independent Living. So just a note that all the resources that we provide in this tool are statewide. We wanted to make sure that anyone in Colorado who stumbled across this or was given this felt included and knew that there was help out there for them. So it does not contain county or local resources. After you explore one topic, you'll be asked, do you want to restart and look at another topic, or do you want to end? And I'll just quickly show you that skip pattern we built in and say, yes, I want to restart. After clicking on I want to learn more, you'll get kicked back to this Let's Get Started page, where you get to choose again and go back and forth and explore these topics. Let's choose You Can Work After a Brain Injury, just so I can show you one more quick example. And scroll down, click Next. And this is an example of a topic that is less resource or organizational heavy and more informational. So this is where you all come in. I found wonderful information from, of course, NASHA, where we linked to some of their wonderful guides and information. Washington State has a great return to work video. Kudos to Washington State. Linking to Brain Injury Association of America, even Headway in the United Kingdom had a great short article. So wherever we could, anytime that information was relevant, high quality, reputable, and we linked to it, giving credit to those sources, of course. Let me show you what happens when you click No Thanks, I'm Done. Let's say you've explored all the topics we've shown you. It'll land you on this kind of ending page where it says, thank you for using the guide. Another plug to potentially check out the Division of Vocational Rehabilitation and the Brain Injury Association of Colorado as well. And we do have, a tiny bit of questions at the end if someone makes it this far. I will say not many people are actually clicking submit on the form, and that's okay. The goal of this is to provide resources, education, and information. It's not a data collection tool. But we did, if someone happens to get this far, can you tell us a bit more of yourself? Who is accessing the tool, what their job status is today, what is their age, and what is something that's important to them right now. So that's helpful to gauge, but again, not the goal. Last thing I'll show you, I mentioned we also have a PDF version of this. So this is considered to be the full Survivor's Guide to Employment. It is 25 pages. That's really long to have to scroll through. Of course, I built in links to kind of skip to the right chapter. So we don't recommend necessarily sharing the full 25-page guide with someone you're working with, but it could be really good for a professional to have this kind of printed or bookmarked on their desk so they can access it this way. I am scrolling down to get to one of the topics and to show you a quick example. So we do have these broken out and downloadable as well. So this is the chapter we reviewed. It's called You Can Work After a Brain Injury. And what's really nice about the PDF version is I was able to create a resource key with simple, colorful, plain icons to kind of really explain what you're getting into, whether it's an article or blog, a video, organization, something you would download with some hyperlinks as well. So it mimics exactly what's in the Google form, just displayed in a different way. So pros and cons to both, but accessible both ways. Thank you for letting me show you that. We're excited about it. It's a really low lift, low tech option and just a way to share information that we thought was important. And the good news is that Google Forms, if you have access to Google, is free. It took quite a while to develop this and really talk through it with the advisory council, but to actually put it into practice was not too bad. So you are more than welcome to replicate this if you like this idea. take it and run with it. Add your own resources and specifics, and do what you would like. And I'll offer up too, if anyone would like to chat more about how to set up a Google form with these specific skip patterns, like I showed you, I'd be more than happy to chat. So reach out to NASHA, and I'm sure they'll get us connected. So again, you can find that guide on our website at www.mindsourcecolorado.org. And I just wanted to say thank you for your time today, and letting us show you one of the tools we've created through the TBI State Partnership Grant. Enjoy the rest of your webinar.